both of us. You and I.
If you ain't into breaking chicken, you can get about my business. This that real pimpin' east side, straight about the trenches. I'm that nigga you can't see. I specialize in breaking women. Gotta get it how I get it. You ain't with it, you can kick it. I'ma tell you what it is and what it ain't. I ain't finna take you on no date, little babe. You got two options, work a job or hit the blade. What you wanna do? Either way, I'm the one that's receiving all the pay. Money management services is what I orchestrate. Watch me boss your life up once you choose up with the plate. I ain't interested in sex, I strictly want the severed heads. House cat's the only thing that's sleeping inside my bed. Ain't got the time for relations, baby, I'm a businessman. Trying to see how much I can make off selling tuna cans. So we gon' get along good if you into tricking men. Just don't go against the grain if you wanna see us win. Run, little baby, so you better come correct. I ain't nothing like these niggas, gotta earn all my respect. Watch your lip with open ears, I might just break you off some bread. This a different type of motion when you choosing with the man. If you ain't into selling kidding, I can let you run the business. It's 1,000 ways to pimp, we selling plates up out the kitchen. She my type, she like to listen, might just buy her braid extension. She don't test me, no the limit, so we never ever trip. I can put you in position, I'm a high value man. Pimpin' ain't dead, it just moved to OnlyFans. Only way I'll trust a bitch if she give me all the bands. That's how I know we locked in, yeah, we forever gon' win. Who you texting on that phone, it better be about some paper. I got trust issues, baby, so don't put me in no danger. I'ma kill you and them niggas if you ever try to play me. I need that money fast, so is you gon' be my hoe, baby, huh?
Baby. Man, been pushing peace. That's how I came out the P, nigga. Real TYP shit, nigga. Yeah. Yes, sir. You know the drill. Fuck how you feel. Pop you like a pill. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself. Cause that's the first thing you shoulda did when you clicked on this live stream. Hey man, you already know what it is. 1,000 Ways to Pimp is out now, all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. Add it to your playlist and stream it while you sleep. Yes, while you sleep. More new music is on the way. I actually just recorded a video on how to do some chopping and screwing in Studio One. So make sure you subscribe to the TYP Cam music channel if you want that game, because that's where that video gonna be posted. But hey, without further ado, let's get into the title of the stream.
Officer Tatum decided...
Hold on now. Slow your roll. Slow your roll, good buddy.
Officer Tatum decided to celebrate Nolan Wall's birthday by disrespecting, disparaging, attacking Nolan Wall's mama and calling for her license to be pulled in the slickest way possible.
Of course. What license? So he wants her to lose her job, right? Wow.
Obsession with Nolan Wall's mama is starting to get weird, bro.
Weird.
His fixation and obsession with the entire family is starting to be creepy. This man is fixating and focusing on things that no normal human being would focus on. Like, y'all remember when Tatum, in the previous interview, he questioned why Nolan Wall's family had Al Sharpton do the eulogy for Nolan Wells? Like, no normal human being mind is going towards who does a eulogy at this young man's... Like, why do you care about those things? Now, while Nolan Wells' mama and his family was celebrating his birthday yesterday, Tatum then made an entire video criticizing and critiquing who they chose to host or speak at the birthday party. And he believes that this is proof that Nolan Wall's mama is actually racist and because she's racist. This she shouldn't qualify to care for white folks. I'm like, what type of human being is this? Why are you choosing to go this hard against a grieving mama?
Nolan Wells on his birthday. I believe today is his birthday. That kid was an amazing young man. That kid, Nolan Wells, was an example of what I believe young black men should be. Blameless, great reputation, doing what he's supposed to do in school, and not buying into the racist, ridiculous rhetoric. He had friends who were black. He had friends who were white. He went around this group, that group, no issues. The young man was beloved by everybody. That is an example of black excellence. But instead, they're not going to talk much about who he was and what he did and what he accomplished. It's about these white boys doing something. And now we've got so much evidence.
I want to point this out because this really.
Bro. Because that is not the that's not the major concern here. You know what I'm saying? It's not the major concern. It's not.
Really highlights how unhinged this rant that Tatum is going out on. Tatum, who wasn't at the birthday celebration, doesn't know what took place at the birthday celebration, has no idea what was said at the birthday celebration,
Yeah, just talking crazy.
is now going on a rant, assuming that a birthday celebration filled with Nolan Wells' grieving mother, his grieving father, his grieving grandparents, his grieving cousins, his grieving siblings, his grieving nephews, aunties, and uncles, he's assuming that that birthday celebration did not touch on the type of person Nolan was. I believe that's something so absurdly stupid that only Tatum's brain can conjure up.
But y'all don't even know what Nolan lived like. Y'all don't even know what Nolan stood for.
Nigga, neither do you.
Y'all don't even care. You just care that a white kid could have possibly killed Nolan, and y'all running with that because you have no future.
And you just care because we running with that. And how the fuck we don't have a future? Nigga, I got a bright future. What the fuck is you talking about? Fuck out my face, nigga. Nigga talk about I'm running with something because I ain't got no bright future. Shut your punk ass. Like this gonna give me a future or something, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this this is a talking point for me. But the next person that ain't doing what I'm doing, nigga, they what? No, nothing you saying makes sense. Just stop.
That a white kid could have possibly killed Nolan, and y'all running with that because you have no future.
Because we have no future. No, we're open-minded. We're not closed-minded and just believe the bullshit that we're told that's told to us.
You don't even understand your past, so you have no future. So you waddle in.
We understand the past. Just how who doesn't understand the history of Black Americans? Who does it? We understand it just fine. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Care that a white kid
look how he's insulting people. He's insulting people's intelligence. It's nasty work.
Possibly kill Nolan, and y'all running with that because you have no future. You don't even understand your past, so you have no future. So you waddle in slavery and victimhood, and it's a.
You don't understand the past. What do you mean? The past shapes the future. What you did 5 years ago, is where you ended up today. You ended up where you're at today because of what you was doing 5 years ago. I'm at where I'm at today, 100,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? 10K plus TikTok, Instagram, other platforms as well. Because I've been doing this for 5+ years now. You know what I'm saying? You don't just become something overnight. The past shaped the future. So what happened back then is today's results is a result of what happened back then. That being Black Wall Street being destroyed. Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from Tulsa. Yeah. It's not an excuse. This is the results.
Knowing. It's called black fatigue. Good black people gotta suffer.
Bro said it's called black fatigue. You don't even know the real definition of black fatigue, you dumb nigga. Just shut up. How about that?
It's called black fatigue. Good black people gotta suffer under the pressure of you ignorant folk.
Tatum brain
Oh, I'm glad you know. And no, I'm not talking about other black folk. I mean, the ones like you, of course. You know what I'm saying? But what you said is true. It's just not black folks. That you know, it's not. It's the white folks and black folks like you, which is a very small minority.
Black people gotta suffer under the pressure of you ignorant folk.
Tatum brain needs to be studied, bro. How do we get from happy birthday, Nolan Wells, we're celebrating his birthday celebration, to no, you're not celebrating, Nolan. No, y'all slaves. No, igga booze. No, y'all don't got no future. Sir, hold, relax, Tatum, relax, bruh. Tatum, relax, bro. Tatum, relax, sir. Relax, man. Relax, sir. Relax, bro. How did we get to that? How, sir? This is such an absurd hill to die on. But honestly, I really want to know, what's your obsession with what these people are choosing to do for their son? If they choose to have Al Sharpton, do his eulogy, it's their son. If they choose to have Pastor Jamal Bryant and other guests come to the celebration, that's their son. What is this obsession?
Many parents out there, you still have your children. You still can hug them. You still can call them. You still can celebrate their life with them.
Time out. I wish that we lived in a world where I can see a mother who's mourning the loss of her son, and I can see other black men around her, and these black men are doing what's right. But instead, you would never see this happen.
What are they doing wrong?
Or not never, but you'll rarely see this happen.
Hold on, bro.
What are they doing wrong, man? They're doing nothing at all. So if no black man was up there at all, then the blame would really be on black men. Look at black man just nowhere to be found. There's no winning.
Yo, let's slow down real quick, man. Let's analyze what Tatum just said. Tatum just says that it's rare. He said impossible, but let's just be in good faith here. He says rare. He did clarify and say rare. It's rare to see a grieving black mother surrounded by black men who are doing right by her. Yo, absurd statements. We don't even need to justify a statement like that with a response, but that says more about the black men in Tatum's life. That you can look at your father, you can look at your grandfather, you can look at your sons, you can look at your nephews, you can look at your brothers and cousins and uncles, that you come to the conclusion after reviewing the pool of black men in your life and say it's rare that any one of those black men will be surrounded by a grieving mother and have her best interest and do right by her. That says a lot about the men who raised you, Tatum. Leave the rest of us out of it.
These fools are around her. And then Jamal Bryant. What does Jamal... Nolan, I bet you Nolan don't even know who Jamal Bryant is.
Does he know who Ben Crump is? No. So what? What does it matter that he knows? So the family hired a lawyer. Does it matter that he knows that he knew the lawyer? Like, bro, shut the fuck up.
He didn't know who Jamal Bryant was.
The scary part about what Tatum just says is the fact that he truly, in his mind, believes that he just made a profound point.
Why is Jamal Bryant a part of this? Finish the clip.
And we do not have that anymore.
Wells's cause of death has still not yet been determined publicly.
So here's the fool that they got associated with their family and now is doing a prayer. They can't find a better pastor than this. Let me explain something to you. Why can't they have a white pastor?
It's even scarier when you realize this man is serious.
What?
Okay.
Bro, nigga just has a problem with everything, huh? Why they have that? Why they can't have a black pastor?
This man is serious when he says this ain't no comedy routine. He is dead.
Yeah, be damned that the small minority of black people stick together and support each other through hard times. Yeah, well, yeah, just go to the white man. that killed them.
Ass.
This is where I feel like the racism of black people are just so prominent and they get away with it.
Hey, man, y'all ain't have a white pastor at the celebration for Nolan. Now, y'all racist. See, I told y'all they're racist. They ain't have a white pastor. Why the white pastor wasn't there? Sir, again, this is terrifying. We might laugh through this. This is frightening behavior, bruh. Now we racist. Now Nolan Wall's mama and his father, they racist because they didn't have a white pastor at Nolan Wall's birthday celebration.
And the world is laughing at them, but in their circle, they think it's all justified. Nolan appeared that he loved everybody. Nolan's best friends were white. Based on all the pictures I've seen, most of his friends are the ones he hung out with and seemed to be closest with, from what I've been told, were these white boys. So in his death, why can't it be a mixed, unified funeral service?
I just want to remind you guys, by the way, if you guys forgot.
Because usually funerals are for the family and the people closest to the person that died. Duh. The fuck are you talking about? Black person dies, it's gonna be majority black people at the funeral. White person dies, it's gonna be majority white people at the funeral. What are you talking about? Oh, they're racist because they had an all white funeral. Motherfucker, that's all the people they know. What the fuck?
Unified funeral service.
I just want to remind you guys, by the way, if you guys forgot, Tatum was not at the celebration. He don't know what took place at the celebration, has no idea what was said at the celebration, don't know who was in attendance at the celebration. But Tatum is accusing the parents of not welcoming white folks and other races who love Nolan at the celebration because they didn't have a white pastor. But in fact, he don't know that because, again, he wasn't at the celebration, bro. This man's brain needs to be studied.
And yet we're having a moment of reflection. What is ironic, Don, is that it happened on the same weekend that America celebrated its 250th birthday. And so it's a pregnant pause for our community.
Right, and all these black people out here are just so happy to celebrate the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Which niggas don't necessarily celebrate America, but you know, niggas is still down to support it. And then it's crazy how, you know, let's celebrate 250 years. Congratulations. Yeah, slavery. Did you remember that? It's like everybody forgot about that shit. Yeah, let's just be happy. I don't give a damn about the 4th of July. That's my mama's birthday. You know what I'm saying? So that shit means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? And then America, what is this joke? You know what I'm saying? I was really gonna try to say something else, but
Is that it happened on the same weekend that America celebrated its 250th birthday.
oh yeah, right. Because the country is built off of racism, right? What better agenda is there to push than a black kid gets killed by some white, you know, a group of white friends on the 4th of July, 250. You know what I'm saying? 250 years.
And so it's a pregnant pause for our community. As much as we think that we've made strides, we're making the electric slide backwards. Mississippi is also the same ground that killed Medgar Evers and Emmett Till. And we add now to that
Time
list.
out. Emmett Till, 70 years ago.
Bro, my grandpa's 75. What are you talking? And you're older than me, dude. People like this their parents must be gone, bro. Grandparents must be gone. Nigga, bro, what are we talking about something that happened 70 years ago for? Nigga, because my grandpa is 75. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. And we talk about Black Wall Street because it was only 100 years ago. That's not a long time ago. Like, you act like you're not gonna live 70 years, bro. You could very well live 70 years, bro. What? What are you talking about, man? Emmett Till. All right, stop. Emmett Till was 70 years ago. Are you saying you're really gonna bring up something 70 years ago? Bro, this guy, man.
Was he killed him?
He's paid to do this shit, bro. He's do not take nothing this Brandon Tatum. Don't take nothing he say serious. He gets paid to do this shit. To cause distractions.
Biloxi?
Damage control.
Was he killed in Ocean Springs? Was he killed on Horn Island? Then why are you making a comparison?
Oh, you're cussing now.
To Emmett Till 70 years ago.
Emmett Till's death is important to note because Emmett Till died in 1955, but his killers, Roy Bryant, didn't die until 1994. And he was never held accountable, never received any consequences, never received any type of accountability whatsoever. He was never treated like a pariah. He
lived his whole life.
Widely accepted by that community. He was gainfully employed and lived a full life and died in 1994.
94 and killed him in 55.
I don't think it's unacceptable to ask that a community that accepted and widely embraced the murderers of Emmett Till and never gave him any consequences, it's not unacceptable to ask, will that community...
Just think about how that's 30, 35, 34 years after Black Wall Street. They still out here doing this shit.
Community and care about Nolan Wells' death, would that state put all their resources behind trying to figure out what happened to this black boy? Or can we accept much of the same? I don't think it's unacceptable to ask a state that embraced Roy Bryant, right, whether or not they are truly trying to figure out what happened to Nolan Wells. Not only is it not unacceptable, I think it's pretty expected to be suspicious and sketchy of any investigation they claim they're doing into the death of Nolan Wells if their history is embracing Roy Bryant. 1994 was not that long ago. Right, I'm not buying that, bro. If you want to say, man, 1955 is...
Right. He killed him in 55, but this motherfucker lived to the 90s, bro. Like, come on, man. We're talking about something that happened 20... You acted like you got cheated on 70 years ago, bro. Even then, you shouldn't get over that. Nigga, never forget it. You learn from it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. But you ain't telling me, man, 1994 is that much different than 2026 Mississippi. I'm not buying it at all.
To right today. And you don't have no evidence. This supposed to be a man of God. God didn't give you no wisdom. You ain't got no evidence that nothing happened to the boy other than he may have drowned. But you sitting here pushing this stuff. I just can't stand these people, man. I can't stand them. That boy deserves better than the way these dumb Negroes are treating him. It's all about them. It's all about race. When he didn't live his...
What do you mean he deserves better, bro? Apparently, according to you and the people that agree with you, he's getting what he deserves. He was drunk and on cocaine and drowned. And the white people had nothing to do with it. Yeah, okay.
Him. It's all about them. It's all about race. When he didn't live his life like that. Nolan loved everybody.
If you think this is as weird and obsessive as it gets, you got another thing coming because it gets worse, okay? So Tatum has a problem with Pastor Jamal Bryant speaking up for the mama and claiming that she's been harassed and she's been persecuted. Tatum will then explain why the mama deserves whatever backlash and harassment she's getting. Again, Tatum is about to explain why he believes a grieving mother deserves the harassment and the false reviews and complaints that she's been getting to the nursing state board to get her license taken away. When you think this man can't go any lower, he goes low.
And so it is not just the mother who has been vilified, the father who has been ignored, but also his siblings who are grieving.
I just don't, where have we gotten to that you are demonizing in some way or criticizing a grieving mother and the lawyers I guess, treating her as if she's on trial.
It is really just on brand for what America does.
America.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the most unprotected species on the planet is the black woman.
Oh, really?
And so for her nursing credentials to now be put into question, her character when she is not on trial.
Time out.
With 45
Nursing credentials put on. One person made a complaint. Shut the front door. Ashley. What's her name?
That one person making a complaint is enough to get that person fired, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Warren's mother. Ashley Cole. I want to call her Christine Cole or something. Ashley Cole.
You can't just empathize with the plights, the harassment, and the pain that the grieving mother has been going through without bringing up the white woman, right? You're trying to she to this situation.
Ashley, I'm sorry. But they got all kinds of people asking to oust her. You're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages. They claim Christine Wells got one. Her credentials are up for grabs or whatever being complained on. I don't think nobody's saying anything. Her own words. When you are practicing medicine in a heavily white community and you come on television and you say, well, I got to have conversations with my kids about moving in spaces with people that don't look like them. And I want to say something to my mom, especially my black moms. If a white lady were to come on to an interview in an all-black neighborhood and say she has to talk to her children about being around people that don't look like her, I swear to God, she would lose her job and license in the same day.
See, this is where that it's not the same, bro. It's just not the same. That's why, like, black people can't be racist, because white people kind of created it. They created that. It's the same type of shit.
I swear to God, she would lose her job and license in the same day. I think
it's like a man putting his hands on a woman versus a woman putting his hands on a man. It's not looked at the same. It does not hold the same type of weight. It just doesn't. It never will.
Lose her job and license in the same day. I think that's crazy. What you mean you gotta talk to your kids about being around black people? You know how stupid that sounds? But then black people can do it to white people. And
Yup. Sure can. You know why? Because of history. That's the dumbest shit you ever heard. We'll be ignorant.
Means nothing. I wouldn't want to go to a doctor that says she got to teach her kids about being around people that look like me. How do I feel safe with you being a nurse practitioner or a nurse or someone that gives service to somebody that could save somebody's life and you are a racist?
There you have it. All right, she deserved the harassment. She deserved the complaint.
Here he is with this racist narrative, bro. Black people are racist, the most racist in the entire world. Right. But ain't never did nothing to nobody, but said some things and kept distance. Oh, but don't forget about the train scenario, bro. One time in all of history where one nut, you know what I'm saying? That got no support from nobody. Like, come on.
Nurse or someone that gives service to somebody that could save somebody's life, and you are
He said nigga look like R. Kelly. Nah, this a pastor, man. Let's hope he not on R. Kelly time.
a racist.
There you have it. All right, she deserved the harassment. She deserved the complaints. She deserved, according to Tatum, for the nursing board to launch an investigation because apparently, Christine Wells is racist because she put out a message of caution. Hey, bruh, if you got loved one, if you got kids who are hanging out with friend groups that don't look like them, be cautious.
That's any It's any race group, bro. Any race could say that. An Indian moving to America. You know what I'm saying? An Asian. You know? Be careful. They don't look at it the same, but you know what I'm saying though. It could go for any race that's singled out, a minority. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch them. They not always your friend. Not everybody's your friend. Everybody got your best attention. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a history of black kids, black people in general, right? Coming up dead after nights out, after camping trips, after outings with majority white friend groups. So contextually, she's just saying, hey, bruh, just watch out. My son went to an island full of white folks. You know, they all came home safely. He popped up dead. Just be careful. So context matters here. Now, if a white person says it, some people might receive it differently because there's not a plethora of examples, I should say,
Right.
of a white person in a majority black friend group
Exactly.
like ended up dead and no accountability happened. And if it does happen, they go into jail immediately.
Right.
But regardless, even if you believe what you're truly saying, which I'm not convinced, I'm not sure that Tatum truly believes this. You think the perfect day to discuss whether or not this woman should be investigated or lose her license for something that she spent, damn near a decade achieving, you think the right day to discuss that is on Nolan Wall's birthday? You think the right day to call for his mama to lose her career is on Nolan Wall's birthday? How evil can you be, man? But it doesn't stop here. The harassment continues. He showcased messages. So Warren is now leaking private text messages between himself and Christine the day that Nolan passed away. And apparently these messages are supposed to somehow prove or indict Christine of whatever narrative they're trying to get off, which, by the way, I look at these messages absolutely proves nothing. But these people are grasping at straws because, again, their narratives is crumbling, is folding under pressure. They're losing support as the day go by. So now they're just grabbing at anything. So now they're providing private text messages between Warren and Nolan Wall's mama the night that Nolan passed away or went missing as proof or evidence that she switched up on them, which is just absurd.
Look at the text message that was sent. And you tell me that Warren Hudson murdered her son. Now, just so you guys know, Warren initiated this phone call and communication with Christine Wells. He called her the night that Nolan did not come back like they expected. He asked her, is it okay if I call the Coast Guard? They had a short communication, and he calls the Coast Guard. He told me in the interview that we interviewed him on that he told Miss Christine that he had Nolan's phone and keys. That's what he said he told her. Now, if you done kill somebody, 9 times out of 10, you ain't talking to their mama. But listen how the conversation...
Oh, you must...
That's not true. This is called cover up, bro. It's called hiding something. It's called playing it off like you ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Must have never been in the trenches, man.
Yeah, you're clearly,
now, I don't know who
you're
killed...
clearly not a real cop. Clearly can't be a real cop.
Who? I don't know who killed Nolan. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But if you think that killers of people don't show up to grieve, don't talk to the mama, don't show up to the funeral, man, I've been to funerals where the killer is crying the loudest.
That's a good ass question. You know why Brandon Tatum is not a police officer no more, bro? It's because he's getting paid to do damage control. That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Was he actually even an officer? What arrest? What's on his report card? You know what I'm saying? I don't know the truth. Nobody knows the truth. The truth has not even been determined. So speculation is very much welcome. You know what I'm saying? No, water in his lungs did not kill him. That's not even determined. See, y'all be saying, he got drunk and drowned. There's been 2 autopsies, right? Private. There's been a private one, and then there's been the state, Mississippi State Examiner Office, right? Mississippi State can't release it until trial, but they say no foul play. But they can't release it, and not releasing it, right? But then the independent autopsy showed red discoloration on the back of his head, right? But there's no foul play though, huh? And the cause of death is still undetermined, and it's August. Nigga, it's almost September. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's almost September. There's 2 months going on. It take that long when he was found 2 days after disappearance? Questions. But you can't say that water in his lungs killed him.
Man, I've been to funerals where the killer is crying the loudest. Yo, you clearly have no life experience, Tatum, if you think, right, that somebody wouldn't overly communicate to cover up for whatever they've done. And again, I'm not saying this is the case here, but to blankly say, oh, no, they innocent, because what? Now, for some reason, Tatum believes that because the mother was communicating with Warren, trying to locate her son the night that the son went missing, that apparently this proves like there's no reason for anybody to be suspicious of Warren, which is just like, it's absurd. Okay. Now, also, like Tatum claims that, oh, the mama was communicating, then at some point she stopped communicating, and it's Benjamin Crumb's fault. No, what if the mama heard enough, right? What if, again, she was communicating, trying to seek answers, then eventually she realized, okay, maybe I'm being BS'd here, and she took a step back. Or maybe when she's seen the boys doing a Tatum interview, she realized, okay, yeah, these are not my people, right? Because no friend of my son will be in any interview disparaging me and calling me racist. So yeah, these probably not my people.
It went though. I'll read them to you. Warren, where is his car? I think, what is this, on the 4th? This is on the 4th at, let me look over here, because at 11:15 p.m. Warren, where is his car? At Jax's house. Where is that? Can you send me the address where you guys launched? Yes, ma'am. He goes on to send her the address. What was the last time you saw him? He said 3 p.m. and sent her to the actual location. That don't seem like somebody that's trying to obstruct or hide something. What happens next? What was he wearing? Black shorts and sunglasses. Now, in the interview, he told me that he thought they were black. We see now that it's blue. He said he thought it was black shorts. Can you call, I guess that's the lady at DMR. He says, on the phone with Coast Guard now. I will after, yes, ma'am. They're communicating. If she had a question or a concern or what, she could text it to him right here. He's responding to her, yes, ma'am. Can you call DMR? Yes, ma'am, I will. I'm on the phone with the Coast Guard right now. On the phone with the Coast Guard doing what? Trying to coordinate them to look for his friend Nolan. She don't say, she's not, this doesn't sound like, this some random kid. She says, thank you so much. We have to file a missing person report. So one more time, tell me exactly where you saw him last. I'm so sorry. I am asking you to repeat this. It does not seem like she got a problem with him. He says, no problem. 3 p.m., west tip, north side of Horn Island. Where did you guys lunch from? He sent her another ping of where they lunched from. Told her exactly where he saw Nolan and what time. Okay. He said, we launched the boats yesterday evening and
Okay, but this doesn't mean really nothing, bro.
left from here this morning. Does this sound like a kid that trying to cover up a murder? Giving her exactly where you lunch from? Giving her your exact locations? Here we go again. It says, Nolan dad
Yeah, she's not asking what happened though, and if even if he did, that doesn't mean he has to tell the truth. He could get the actual locations, but she's not asking them. She asked, "When was the last time you saw him? What was he wearing? Where was you at?" That's all he answered. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Nolan's dad is
Are you a real police officer or not? You just believe, so you believe everything through text messages, right?
at the house to pick up the keys. Warren, it's at Jackson's house, not Warren's house. But she told him Nolan's dad is at the house to pick up the keys. Hey, Warren, what kind of sunglasses was Nolan wearing yesterday? I'm pretty sure Ray-Bans, Miss Christine.
In his mind, this is some type of like big gotcha, but only in Tatum's mind is this a gotcha. Like, this makes no sense. And this also confirms like what the mom said, which is that Warren told her that Nolan was wearing black swim trunks when he was actually wearing light blue. So that made her like very suspicious and kind of like off-putted by him. Bro, this proves nothing, man. Right? This is just targeted harassment. It needs to stop at this point. I don't know how Tatum can sleep at night, bro. Bro, your mama black, homie. And you doing this to a black mother who's grieving the loss of her son. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on.
Yeah, man, Brandon Tatum's getting paid to do damage control, bro. It's just that simple. You let me tell it. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. We on the road to 1 million. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself. Because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP today. Alright, chat, I done got tired as fuck. I was supposed to be live at like 9 o'clock. I ended up doing some whole other shit, though. But we still here, man. We still gonna get it in, no matter what. So let's see what we're gonna move on to next. Probably gonna just be one more video, and that's it. We've got these white people are about to bury
I ain't gonna lie to
Anthony. It's gonna be the last video, y'all. I'm tired. Got a long day tomorrow. Bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Carmelo Anthony may be cooked beyond belief.
Is that
now,
right?
we got some good news and bad news there. The good news is Carmelo Anthony conviction may be overturned. As a matter of fact, there's a pretty good chance his conviction will be overturned and he'll be headed back to trial for a second trial. The bad news is that second trial may end up worse for him.
Yeah, I think I seen some shit on Twitter, bro. They talking about, I don't know how true it was, but Flacco probably finna get to it. But they saying Carmelo Anthony was texting his girlfriend or something, and they was talking about killing somebody or something, bro. So I don't know. I don't know how true that is. We gonna find out probably.
For a second trial. The bad news is that second trial may end up worse for him. After what we heard today in court. This is terrible. Carmelo Anthony is almost certainly going to get a new trial because of these two things that are going for him. One, the original judge recused himself because after the verdict, he came out in support of the verdict. So now if they're filing an appeal or if they're filing a motion to overturn it, bro, you can't oversee that case. Like, cut it out. So he's off the case. Now, the second thing here is his attorney made a deal behind his back, essentially without him knowing.
Anthony's new team, a very high-profile team of lawyers, are arguing, though, that Carmelo's rights were violated during that jury trial several times. And we're going to talk about those arguments here in just a moment, including his right to a public trial. You'll remember that audio and video recordings of the proceedings were not allowed, and only a handful of media outlets like us were given credentials to be able to have someone in the courtroom to witness all of it. We had Cody Thomas from Court TV, you'll remember. And you only had about 24 people from the public who were allowed in that courtroom. Now, the judge who made the call as far as those restrictions on the case, he's actually been tossed from overseeing Anthony's appeal. Prosecutors and Carmelo's defense made what they're calling a gentleman's agreement not to insert character testimony into the case. Again, they're calling it a gentleman's agreement. The assistant district attorney for Collin County reportedly said that the deal went both ways because in exchange for not talking about Carmelo Anthony's ex-girlfriend, that text message, his life when he was still living in Louisiana, where he went to some sort of juvenile program for young people who struggle with anger, they say that there were things that the defense didn't bring up about Austin Metcalf's past.
The conviction is going to get overturned, okay? But that's not even what matters. What matters is what's next. Now, I'm not entirely convinced that Carmelo Anthony and his parents didn't know about this agreement, because when you listen to the parents' interviews after the conviction, they're like, yo, we were told we couldn't do certain things or bring up race, and we couldn't, do what we wanted to do. But this time around, we're going to do what we want to do and go about it how we want to go about it. So that's a hint that they kind of knew about this agreement already, but now they're playing it as Carmelo knew nothing about it. They violated Carmelo Anthony rights by entering into this agreement without Carmelo Anthony's knowledge, which is why certain things were not brought up. Now, here's the thing. I think, well, just common sense, right? If the prosecutors felt like this agreement would benefit Carmelo Anthony in any way or more, then they wouldn't do this, right? Obviously, the prosecutors believe that this agreement will benefit them equally as much as it will benefit Carmelo Anthony, if not more. Prosecutors were terrified of Austin Metcalf's past being exposed because they were terrified of the racial tension creeping through the doors of the court and affecting this case. There was 1,000 black folks outside who already suspected that Austin Metcalf and his brother were two racist little white boys who was picking on Carmelo Anthony, who was minding his business under a tent. And if this would have came out, if Austin Metcalf's past would have been exposed, it would have set the city on fire, man. You would have had every black person in that city outside that courtroom rioting. See, our intuition already told us Austin Metcalf was a little racist white boy. See, we didn't need them to confirm that he was a KKK-loving, Hitler superfan. Okay, we didn't need to know this kid was a KKK-loving Hitler superfan. We already knew it by just looking at him. It's our intuition as black folks, okay? So the prosecutors enter into this agreement to stop the defense from bringing up the fact that Austin Metcalf and his brother Hunter, the twin brother, who, by the way, refused to testify in the court case, and now we know why he refused to testify. He was hiding from this. So Austin Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK, kill all black people, and they spray painted Heil Hitler along with the N-word and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation. This was not brought up in court due to this gentleman agreement stopping the defense attorneys from bringing this up.
So what did he say Carmelo couldn't speak on? Was that had to do with like his cell phone? And that's it. I don't know. I don't think I was paying attention all the way, or maybe I just didn't understand what he was saying.
I personally think that this is just as damning at whatever they believe, they had on Carmelo Anthony. Just as damning, okay? And the prosecutors are not entering into this agreement if they don't think this is going to benefit them more. I don't think the prosecutors is doing Carmelo Anthony any favor, right? So the reason why the defense attorney accepted this is because Carmelo Anthony sent a text to his ex-girlfriend. Now, this text was sent hours before, and the prosecutors believe that this text somehow implies motive in the Austin Metcalf stabbing.
I need to get to these text messages and evidence that prosecutors talked about today. And these are things that the jury did not know about. I mean, none of us knew about it until now. Right. You have local media outlets like WFAA and NBC DFW who are in the courtroom today for this hearing, who are giving information, live updates about a lot of the testimony that's happening. And we have to talk about what assistant...
See, this is where, you can admit where you're wrong, or you could just be a delusional motherfucker. See, this information didn't come out. You know what I'm saying? That could prove his premeditation. But up until this point, we never knew none of that. We never knew none of that. So now we getting hit with new information.
a lot of the testimony that's happening. And we have to talk about what Assistant District Attorney for Collin County, Bill Werski, had to say and what he claims happened in the hours before this track meet on the day that Austin Metcalf lost his life. Because he says that Carmelo Anthony's girlfriend, hours before, told an assistant principal at their high school that the couple had broken up and that she said she allegedly was afraid. She claimed that Carmelo Anthony was stalking her. WFAA says that the ADA also claimed today in the courtroom that Anthony was allegedly obsessed with guns, fights, and knives. And prosecutors allegedly have a text message that Anthony sent where he fantasized about stabbing someone and licking the blood off the blade.
What?
Listen, man, real niggas understand what that was, bruh. I know grown men who have been more emotional when the love of their life broke up with them. Man, I know grown men who threaten to kick the bucket the second they get broken up with, man. That's the way to get the girl back in your grip, man. I'm just, hey, listen, it's wrong, but that's just what some men do. Okay? Now, I've never done it, but that's just what some men do.
Nah.
So we understand what this was, but how you think it's going to play out in a second trial? How you going?
Little bro, what? Nah, he crazy. He's full blown crazy for that. He talk about he wanna lick the blood. He's crazy. I get your girl left you. I feel that, but like, bro, you full blown crazy talking about lick some blood and shit, and you didn't actually did it because your girlfriend broke up with you. Nah, that's some whole other shit, bro. You ain't a nigga for real. You want some other shit.
Think these messages is going to play out. There's already implicit biases that exist against Carmelo Anthony simply because he's black. You bring up these messages in court. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Here are messages that shows he was bloodthirsty. That shows that he wanted to use this knife. He fantasized about stabbing somebody and licking the blood off the knife. Oh,
yeah, that's some whole other shit, bro. We ain't heard none of that. You know what I'm saying? I can admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, this little nigga is crazy. But I wasn't there, so I don't know how Austin Metcalf and them really walked up on him. They didn't put no hands on him. You know, the whole possibility was, he could have got jumped in bodily injury. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen, though. This little nigga might be crazy.
by the way, a couple hours later, he did just die under that tent after being pushed. Come on, bruh.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to play out?
He might be crazy.
I want Carmelo Anthony to get a second trial because I do believe this was a low racist white boy who attacked this kid because he don't like black people. It's simple as that, bro. The kid was under the tent minding his business. Nobody was complaining about the kid being under the.
Yeah, that's true too, bro. But they finna give it to him though, because regardless of what, man, what the fuck? It's 1:00 in the morning, bro. Don't tell me they finna be on some fuck shit outside. Fuck is that?
It was a low racist white boy who attacked this kid because he don't like black people. It's simple as that, bro. The kid was under the.
If that's the case, two wrongs made a right. A racist is locked up, and a crazy man is locked up. The racist is dead. Yeah, he ain't locked up. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Can you call this natural selection from the both of them? Probably so. Because them Metcalf niggas, they wasn't even supposed to be at that track meet. They had got banned for doing some shit. Like, they was suspended. They wasn't even supposed to be there. You know? So that was what was looking good for Carmelo. You know, but the little nigga's crazy. The little nigga's crazy, bro. I can't defend that. And I won't. You know what I'm saying? If the little nigga crazy, he crazy.
I want Carmelo Anthony to get a second trial because I do believe this was a low racist white boy who attacked this kid because he don't like black people. It's simple as that, bro. The kid was under the tent minding his business. Nobody was complaining about the kid being under the tent. These two racist white boys came. They overpowered him. They're 6 foot, 200 plus pounds. This a 5'6", 130-pound kid.
Yeah.
And he feared for his life.
All that other shit don't matter when you got a text message like that on the same day, bro. Talking about you want to lick some blood. He said that same day. 2 hours before? Nah.
The kid never got up out his seat. He never got up out his seat.
It's nasty work, man.
So we know what this is, man. This is clear self-defense.
What?
But these messages to me is going to make the second trial even that much harder than the first trial.
Nah, bro.
I'm telling y'all this, man. If I'm Carmelo, hey, bro. Go sit down. Probably get out in 20 years. At 30.
Yeah, I think it's still a sticky situation, bro. But I don't, even whenever I first heard about this and was reacting to it, it's not looking good for him, though. Is it necessarily first-degree murder? Now, with that text message, they could definitely throw that at you. Up until that point, though, I didn't think it was first-degree murder. I don't think it was self-defense, though. Especially if they didn't put no hands on you yet. You know what I'm saying? But the threat is there. The threat is there. So that's tough as fuck.
37 years old and start your life, man. But you risk doing life if you go back, bro. They might bury you for real. I wouldn't risk it, bro. We understand this is a grave injustice. We understand this is an injustice, bro. We understand what happened. See, but certain things, like certain nuances, can only be explained in our community. Bro, a lot of us looked at Austin Metcalf from day one and we could already tell what type of white boy that is, man. You see, when a kid dies, like for example, when Nolan Wells passed away, the first thing that happened was character references. Everybody had character references for Nolan Wells. The janitors at the school had a character reference for Nolan Wells. Oh my God, this kid was the best kid ever. Oh my God, this kid, no. This kid showed up when a special need kid was in the class. He made the entire class shut up so the special need kid can answer some questions, and then made the entire class clap it up for the special needs kid after he got the question right. He did that in the 5th grade. This kid been an angel. You could tell a good kid when he passed away. Man, Austin Metcalf died. I ain't seen not one character reference. Did y'all? Did y'all see any character references for Austin Metcalf?
Hell no, we heard about how bad he was.
Austin Metcalf died. I didn't see not one character reference. I didn't see a teacher come out and say this was a good kid. I didn't see the friends come out and say this was a good kid. Shit, I didn't even see the mama come out and say this here was a good kid. So we already know what's up. But I don't think Carmelo Anthony want to do no second trial, bro.
And he allegedly sent a text that said, quote, "I'm low-key on the verge." Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf to death hours later. The jury never heard that. Now, the ADA also reportedly says that Anthony had gone to a program for juveniles when he was younger who struggle with anger. That was something.
Why the fuck are they trying to retrial it if they already gave him first-degree murder? If they just trying to make it worse? If there's no possibility and hope for it, why even try it again? Y'all already cooked him.
That was not presented in court during his trial. Now, this appears to be the reason that prosecutors and Carmelo's defense made what they're calling a gentleman's agreement not to insert character testimony into the case. Again, they're calling it a gentleman's agreement. The assistant district attorney for Collin County reportedly said that the deal went both ways because in exchange for not talking about Carmelo Anthony's ex-girlfriend, that text message, his life when he was still living in Louisiana, where he went to some sort of juvenile program for young people who struggle with anger, they say that there were things that the defense didn't bring up about Austin Metcalf's past. The ADA says that Metcalf allegedly put, quote, vile racist stuff on graffiti, and that was not presented to the jury. The defense alleges that Metcalf also had a history of being aggressive, and that was something that the defense for Carmelo Anthony, they weren't able to talk about during the trial. Now, the reason the prosecutor said that this deal was reached between both sides, it was not to add fuel to the fire. And you saw the amount of attention during this trial.
So that was actually the stabbing video right there. That's crazy. Yeah, so he instantly ran off. I mean, bro, put yourself in his shoes. I can see that, bro. Like, you going through, you got a rough day. Somebody come fucking with you and you already on the verge, nigga. Like he said, like, that's all it take. Like, I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong. You know? It's not gonna look good when that's literally documented, bro. But we all feel like that at times. You know what I'm saying? You going through it right now. It's not a good day. You know what I'm saying? And next nigga try some dumb shit. You ready to punch him? Let alone you feel like your life is on the line, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might smoke him, especially when you outnumbered. And those kids wasn't even supposed to be at that track meet. Come on.
Individuals that typically aren't covering true crime. I mean, there was political talk of this. This made its way into racial discussions in this country.
It sounds like Austin Metcalf was campaigning and got elected. I'm sorry, bro. Right? Now, death is permanent. Death is sacred. You feel me? Like, I don't want to make light of anybody's death. But it sounds like he was campaigning and got elected. Racist little white boy with aggression issues, a known bully, picked on a 5'6" paranoid kid with epilepsy and anger issues. Yeah, that's not wise. Who got a knife? Yeah, that's not wise. Yeah. That's not the kid you want to pick on. You campaigned and got elected. Carmelo Anthony shouldn't have to do life in prison behind this at all. Now, the experts are discussing this and people are like baffled. Like they're like absolutely baffled and disgusted that, you know, Carmelo Anthony defense team would even enter into this agreement.
Especially in a high profile case like this, for there to be some sort of handshake deal on you don't do this and we won't do that and we'll just go forward, as opposed to what evidence should lawfully come before the jury and what evidence should not lawfully come before a jury. That's the way it's done, like in almost every other case, which, again, that in and of itself could become a problem here. And what do? We bring in members of the public to come in. They don't sign up for it. They don't volunteer. It's part of their civic duty, but they come in and their job is to figure out the truth. And then we keep important facts away from them. So are we really like a search for justice is supposed to be a search for the truth. But how do you get to a search for the truth when significant facts and factors, and like you said, context, are kept from the jury? They really can't do their jobs. And this is one place where I've for years, I've railed against the system. I've always said more is better in front of the jury. They're always doing this test of prejudicial versus probative, and we sort of shield and put blinders on the jury so often. But I think jurors are smart, and I think they can put things in perspective. But sometimes we don't allow them. But usually, and again, to me, the real problem here is that it was not a judge making this decision. It was the prosecution and the defense making this gentleman's type of old school agreement. That's strange.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. And there's a reason why it's old school. It shouldn't be part of any new school. It shouldn't be part of the way a case is tried, right? You want the evidence in, put it in front of the judge and let the judge
Yeah.
decide whether or not it should lawfully come in.
Yeah, what are they even doing, bro? Moving quick, you know. I mean, but it doesn't look good, you know. Like, I don't even think it needs to go to trial again unless they're gonna look at giving him less time or something. That's the only possibility, you know. Like,
In based upon
y'all already gave him first-degree murder. How much worse is it gonna get from that? No parole. Like, you go like, what? How much were you gonna give him another life sentence? Like,
what the law and the case law of the state is. And then if that judge made a mistake, let the court above them, the appellate court, take a look at it. Don't figure it out for yourselves, because it's not good for the people of the state, for the prosecution. You're not doing them any justice, and you're not doing justice for your client either.
Well, I think
Austin Metcalf defenders would tell you that Carmelo Anthony texted what he texted to, his ex-girlfriend about the knives. By the way, the ex-girlfriend is still, quote unquote, holding him down, right? Like, she's still tweeting, "Is us to the end," after Carmelo Anthony was sentenced. So they would tell you that, Carmelo Anthony texting what he texted to his ex-girlfriend is an indication that Carmelo Anthony.
If that's the case, you would have gave him some good words of encouragement. Encouragement of encouragement when he told you he was on the verge, instead of feeding his fire, though. You know what I'm saying? How are you holding it down for this nigga on Twitter, though? On Facebook? Like, get the fuck out of here. Where was you when I told you I was on the verge of doing this stuff? Like, what the fuck?
He wanted to murder Austin Metcalf, but Austin Metcalf spray paint and kill all black people is not an indication, right, that Carmelo Anthony's life was in danger when he put his hands on Carmelo Anthony. You see how the double standard work here? So it's not double. Again, Austin Metcalf spray painting what he wanted to do to all black people and worship.
Yeah, I understand that, but until a hand is placed on you, bro, in the court of law, they ain't gonna do nothing. You can't do nothing.
Worshiping the field art student is not an indication that Carmelo Anthony's life may have been in danger with him and his brother in a confined space with like Carmelo Anthony.
But then again, that is, if he knew that for sure, you know what I'm saying, that's definite in your defense, you know? But I just don't see them giving that to him, bro.
Again, instigating a conflict and pushing Carmelo Anthony. That's not an indication, but Carmelo Anthony sending text messages. Y'all just say y'all don't like this kid and just just wash your hands and keep it pushing. Because again, the double standard is always contradictory. What is your belief system?
Flacco was evil for this type of journalism. That boy's pandering real hard right now, not gonna lie. I think it's over for Carmelo. Not gonna lie. Like, even if that's how you feel, bro, you want to tell yo shorty, you play stupid games, win dumb prizes. Yeah, you learned to never do that again. You won't even get the opportunity to do it again. That's tough. You know? This is just a tough situation. You know? But I don't see them giving that to him because he didn't get a single hand placed on him. You gotta get hit first. You gotta get jumped first, and then you can come with the force. Then it's justified. The fact that he just wrote "kill all N-words" and "we the KKK" ain't good enough to just kill him. When you see him type shit, or when he says something to you, ain't good enough. It proves fear. It proves motive. Or it proves your self-defense after you done already got. You know what I'm saying?
If the messages
Carmelo won, he's still alive. I guess.
Prove intent than that graffiti and that criminal record prove intent.
It's being locked up in a jail cell. I personally, bro, if I knew most definitely they would never let me out, bro, just go ahead, take me out. Give me the needle or some shit, bro. I don't want to be in this bitch locked up for the rest of my life. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. You talk about I gotta go to the shoe when I get in a fight, or I get caught with some contraband or something, or y'all want to plant some contraband on me or beat my ass. Like, bro, I got a homie that's been locked up in the feds. Like, I got homies that's been locked up, did hella time, still doing time. Like, nigga, I don't want to be there. If I know I'm doing life for show, bro, just go ahead and just go ahead and give it to me, bro. That ain't no way to live, bro. Yeah, he's alive, but that ain't no way to live, bro. That ain't no way to live, bro.
You see, Carmelo Anthony only talked about it. Austin Metcalf actually did it at some point. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? All right? Who do you guys think the original...
Yeah, let's go to the comment section. Read a couple more comments. Carmelo messages about stabbing someone and look at the blood in October 2024 and not the same. So that was in 2024, not the same day of the stabbing. The fact that media mixed these messages up like that is crazy, but not shocking. Yeah. Yeah, you never know what to believe on this shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The text was out of context. They debunked it in court. The rest of the text was seen. So if that's the case, it was actually from fucking 2024, then that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. What Austin Metcalf did is actually more relevant to the case than what Carmelo Anthony did. What he said in that text message, because it has no correlation. It's not the same day. That's not what the people saying in the comments, at least. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the same day. In fact, it was actually a year, 2 years before. So that doesn't mean anything. So actually, them taking it back to trial could actually help them. And that's probably the reason why they are taking it back to trial. Yeah, I don't think Flacco did too good. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 1 million. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I get it y'all in the next one, and I'm gone. TYP tonight. Alright, chat. It's bedtime. I was not supposed to be on here this late. We weren't supposed to start this stream this late, but it is what it is. We still showed up. So that's what matters, man. Get this. I'm about to smoke this bleezy. Pop some melatonin. And go to sleep. Yeah, man, if you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, slap the dog shit about yourself. Cause you know that's the first thing you supposed to do when you click on this motherfucking video. So he wanted to kill someone 2 years before. What the Metcalfs did was a long time ago also. Yeah, but they were on probation for a year though. Like you probably shouldn't even be coming across no black people. Either they were like fresh off of probation, or like what's the time frame for that though? Like, we know it was, what, November 2024? whatever, it's 2024. Did Metcalf do that before or after that event? And he got a year probation for it, so he could be fresh off probation or still on it. You know, if it happened a while ago, or maybe it happened so long ago. I don't know. I do not know. But hey, man, I'll get at y'all. Damn, tomorrow's already Saturday, bro. This shit don't even make no sense, man. I need to quit my job, bro. This shit is stressing me, man. This shit's stressing me. I need to spend more time building my own brand than I am at the job. And that's where I'm really at right now. But I'm gonna wait till I run up this PTO. We halfway to my goal. And then from that point, we go see what we do. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'll get at y'all in the next one. Make sure you got notifications on.